The Department of Justice has taken aim at Apple, one of the world's largest companies, in a cataclysmic antitrust lawsuit. We also have Bitcoin ETFs appearing to grind to a halt, yet the price is still holding up, and some of my deepest and greatest altcoin picks to get into over the next few months as the bull market begins to heat up. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me, and we must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
$400,000 to $600,000. The
think it's so
generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
Oh, yes. Welcome one, welcome all to the Blockchain Basement. I am in rare form today. I am 3 days in a row of eating fajitas
Good
at
God.
the Mexican place down the street. So,
And then you work out after this?
And then I'm going to work out after this. Okay, you're judging me already. It's coming quick, but you know what? That's what she
I
says.
definitely don't want to be there for leg day when you're doing squats.
Well, that's today.
Hope you don't need a spotter.
That
Ooh.
is today. So you're in for it. Hannah, how the hell are you doing? You almost match the microphone cover. You are like very sneaky. You know what I mean? Like, where are you? You have like 3 different offices around this place. How's your day going? What are you going to get up to? You know, do we have ATB tonight?
No ATV tonight. We have ATV. ATV is Monday through Wednesday at 4 p.m. I'll drop the link. Go subscribe if you're not already.
Damn, G-Ro with the more memberships. What the
Again,
hell?
about. Thank you so much, everyone.
Oh my God.
I think we got the.
We got that. Oh, yeah, I got his address. And man, what an awesome dude. You know, the people that hold this thing up, like Nicole Minnis, Shake and Bake, Steve-O, $0 G, you guys are just, you're very wholesome. You're hitting me right in my feels. So appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, you shared a thread with me on, a thread. You did share a thread. It is a thread.
It's a thread.
Let's take a look
That
at
thing's
this.
still alive?
This
Still
is
kicking?
Mark Zuckerberg coming out of, I mean, this is pretty new information here. First post on Fediverse. This is very in line with the Facebook tagline of working directly with the feds to silence people live time right when their words matter the most. He's talking about we're making progress integrating threads into Fediverse, launching a beta in a few countries that lets people choose to federate their. Why do I feel like I'm
what
reading
does
something?
that
Yeah,
mean?
I feel like I'm reading something out of Star Wars.
Is that Facebook and Metaverse combined into one word?
Literally, look at what all the replies.
Fediverse?
Fediverse is the
Fediverse?
worst name I've ever. It makes me think of Fed now.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, English, please, English, Pete. Like, what the hell? If it's government affiliated, then I'm out.
Yeah, just like
So
not
I'm
great.
thinking this is like his competitor for like the Everything app, like the X Everything app. And I have people, I mean, like everybody's saying this is just his word for interoperability between all of like Meta's applications because they've always been closed off until now. They're trying to make it
These
like
people
all
do
of the
not
apps
seem happy.
interoperable.
These people are really not taking this information. Like the new name.
Imagine like you know how X is you can get paid for monetizing your account now.
Mhm.
And Elon's talking about making that crypto payments possibly in the future. This would be a CBDC.
Well, he tried
like
that.
you would be
DM.
getting paid by like the government in your little digital currency that you never touch.
Yeah. I mean, the feds love Facebook. They used it as their right-hand man to dismantle the election narrative that was going on. We're getting attacked by freaking, I got to look at that token. Honestly, they look like, chat's being overrun. We might have to do something about this chat, Owen.
We need the
I don't know if he
Nick
knows how to live. Thank you, C90FTW, watching that. I will check out the token. I'm not going to say it on the air because I don't want to get people rugged here. I will look at it, see if I hate it or not. And if I hate it, you will know it. But I'm sure that I still hate Mark Zuckerberg, still hate the name Fediverse, and
Fediverse.
will not be using threads. So, and this is interesting. You brought up something interesting, Hannah. Talking about payments, trying to create the WeChat, the Everything app. You know, in a few years ago, Mark Zuckerberg was in development of a thing called Libra, and then it was Diem, and Mark Zuckerberg got spanked on Capitol Hill. I think it was Congress that really went after Zuckerberg for trying to create a currency outside of, the Federal Reserve, the U.S. government printing it. So
It was something weird.
yeah, I mean, maybe there is something to what you're saying there on the longer term, like larger scope of things. I mean, Facebook, really, who uses Facebook? Let me know
My
in the
mom.
chat. Your mom?
Yes.
See, point proven. Nobody
They-
uses Facebook.
I
No,
use
no.
Facebook Marketplace.
They log in
You do?
every day.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
log in every day.
Facebook Marketplace, and there's good groups on there. I
Really?
just joined some chicken groups of North Georgia.
He came over to my house and saw the chicken.
I saw Drew's house.
Yeah.
I did.
It was chaos. It was chaos. There's no denying
Yeah.
it. There's just pure chaos. I bought a bunch of Domino's pizza. I was hammering pizza and chicken
There's
wings.
forts that the kids build
Yeah.
everywhere.
Aw.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, God, I appreciate the chat taking care of that stuff. And I don't know, we might have to build in some automatic blocking.
Yeah.
But that's a good sign that we're being botted, I guess, maybe.
C90s at work.
Yeah. I mean, he's the G. He's always watching our backs here. So
Yeah, Drew's got the setup at the house though, man.
yeah, it's not bad.
I'm
It's,
I'm
some
trying.
eggs.
I'm trying to get to there, man.
it's somewhere. It keeps me very busy.
Yeah,
Keeps me very busy.
I was greeted by a rooster instantly when I
My
got
dog
there.
wanted to eat you.
And the dog, yeah.
Yep, my dog wanted to eat you. I was, sorry, not sorry about that because, the dog is doing his job. Shout out to everyone in the chat, though, watching out for each other. 508 Visuals, Bob from Accounting. God damn, there's so many.
Can we
scam chats
ban
in
that
there.
word being
Yeah, we
used?
might have to. They're really coming after it. You know what? I liked a picture, a meme, and this might be coming from me literally just liking a picture on Twitter. I got to be careful about what I do these days, apparently. You know what I
You
mean?
like something on Twitter and now they're in our YouTube chat.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, boost to 2JZ, completely agree. Scam season in full effect. Well, as the video is titled today, we had some breaking news. It looks like the current administration is going after Apple and Tim Cook for antitrust violations. Let's have a listen to Merrick Garland, sweetheart of the Biden administration, talk about his concerns with Apple. And I'll try not to rant and have a heart attack afterwards. Here we go.
Supreme Court defines monopoly power as, quote, the power to control prices or exclude competition. As set out in our complaint, Apple has that power in the smartphone market. Now, having monopoly power does not itself violate the antitrust laws, but it does when a firm acquires or maintains monopoly power, not because it has a superior product or superior business acumen, but by engaging in exclusionary conduct. As set out in our complaint, Apple has maintained its power not because of its superiority, because of its unlawful exclusionary behavior. Monopolies like Apple's threaten the free and fair markets upon which our economy is based. They stifle innovation. They hurt producers and workers, and they increase costs for consumers. If left unchallenged, Apple will only continue to strengthen.
What was that?
Sounds like a robot.
They muted him at the end there. Look at it. His face is stuck on this. Let's zoom in. Look at him. This is the Biden cuck that dismantled our election process, went after a duly elected president, and left us with Uncle Joe and the shit show we're experiencing right now. So it sucks when I have a situation where I hate both parties. I really dislike the fact that Apple has essentially, you remember they had the 30% fees on in-app movements. They are a very robust, secure system as far as a phone to use. But I also dislike the Vision Quest. I think that's a retarded product. And I also dislike Merrick Garland and his movements against Trump, even though I'm not voting for him. My third-party objective viewpoint is that this guy's captured deep state material that is, seemingly going after Apple at a really weird time frame. Really, I don't think that Apple at large has a massive monopoly because you can go get a Galaxy. You can get something else other than an Apple phone. You don't get stuck there. And, taking on Apple, I think that, really this lawsuit, this antitrust lawsuit, has just been announced over the last 2 hours or something like that. Apple's probably going to fight this to the bone. It's a massive company with a lot of money in the pipes that it can use to go after them and fight back. I don't think they're just going to roll over and take that from the Department of Justice. It'll be interesting to see how this rolls out. One theory is that a separation of Apple hardware from software will come about from this. But at large, God, it's so tough because Apple is so ingrained in digging into China's economy, helping them out. They're here in the US as well. And at large, I feel like, you can still get other options outside of Apple. So, let me know in the chat what you think. Is there someone I should be more leaning to? It's really tough when I get stuck in these situations where I dislike both parties. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. Hannah, is like, does any of this stuff, does the new generation care about, if they're stuck on only Apple, for the good apps? Or is there what is the new feeling like? Are Galaxies and these Droid devices even keeping up with Apple phones? Because I don't see anything but iPhones. That's all I see. I guess I'm only insulated to what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, you just have to have an iPhone to communicate with everybody in the most effective way right now, and to have access to everything that people are looking at. I don't know. I think iPhones are absolutely have the vast majority of customers.
I mean, at one point it was BlackBerry.
Yeah, BlackBerry used to be a thing. And then I realized I couldn't FaceTime anyone. Like, I really wanted to FaceTime my mom and my dad, when we moved out here to Georgia. They didn't. Yeah. I didn't.
Tom Crown.
Oh, Tom Crown up in the chat. What up? And dude, shout out to Tom Crown. Gave a shout out to us on the show yesterday. He's pretty much turned in the FOMC live streaming maestro, so to speak. He's definitely got those on lock. So shout out to you, man.
Did he look good in that black tank top?
Oh wow. Ooh. Yeah. We had Nick put up a tweet on who wore it better. We might have to go ahead and find this here. Let's go to
Congrats
X.
on 100K, Tom.
Yeah, he hit 100K.
Nice.
It's nice to see the cream rise to the top. Tom has been always had really, always excellent TA. Let's see what Nick DeMondi. We were watching both Jason Casper and Tom yesterday. I think James Safart copied Nick's post because we have this.
That's funny.
This is James Safart, the ETF analyst. We'll keep going here. Oh yeah, here's the thumbnail that major influencers seem to love to scam and rip off. Here's who wore it better: Jason Casper or Tom Crown. Who do we have any votes here? Let us know. People were saying that they're basically the same thing. I don't know. I mean, Tom's got the sunglasses and the excitedness.
I will say Tom's lighting is looking really nice.
Yeah. But then, you get the seriousness and the fortitude of Casper.
Do they both rock the little treadmills?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I like the little treadmill.
What if Tom was just sitting there, just lifting weights, just
lifting weights?
Yeah, getting after it. Thanks for Mountain Man sending in that super chat. Appreciate you, dude. But yeah, man, essentially on the ETF side, we did see some interesting information come from James Safart this morning. The Kentucky Derby update for Bitcoin ETFs. It's so over. We have this. We'll zoom in a little bit. So you have Grayscale Bitcoin Trust still on the outflow, negative 386.6 in millions. iShares Bitcoin Trust 49 mil. We got Fidelity sitting at 12, but just a big slowdown if you compare to how things were moving over the last few weeks here. And really, we'll may as well check in on the markets since this is a crypto show. Let's see where we are right now.
Is that up today? Okay, I was about to say. I was no. Bruh.
So 65.15 Bitcoin sitting here just straddling this line. I do think that we're going to be holding the 60K support level and tearing shorts apart at 75K when it gets there. At large, this is just chop zone, you guys. This is the moments where we got good entry points, and it created quite an opportunity for me. I was able to dig up Ondo. Ondo's been something I've been covering for a while. It's a strong competitor to Maple, obviously, as you can tell, but finally made my position around 41 cents. It's definitely woken up on the heels of that tokenization news we had yesterday. But these kind of dips, those nasty pullbacks like you saw in Bitcoin, created just a really great opportunity for Ondo entry points right now. So I'm getting excited, trying to find those next coins to hammer into, because I'm really at the point where I'm looking at this cycle of Bitcoin, and I just want to reiterate the point that I feel like we're at right now is right before liftoff. We have this 3-step pump up to chop. And essentially, I feel like we are, in retrospect, comparatively to right here, before we really lifted off during the last bull market. Aaron, you're not going to like this news, though. This isn't even an article I have, but I did see that Cardano just real close to getting dethroned for number 8 largest crypto by market cap by Dogecoin. The Doge is coming.
Cardano
for
will rise.
You think so?
It'll rise from the ashes.
It'll rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
Yes.
Fighting to the flames.
Give it time.
Yeah,
Give
I like
it time.
that. I mean, I love what Charles Hoskinson's initiative is, a call for decentralization. Dogecoin, the chaotic proof of work meme coin that simply will not die. Doge is kind of a household name. In my house, my kids call my dog the Doge.
Really?
They don't even, they don't call him dog or anything.
Is that because of you?
Probably, probably.
It's funnier. That's better.
Yeah, you get the Doge out of here, I seriously, my dog, I love that dog. Aaron met the dog. He's not
Doesn't shut the hell up.
no, he didn't shut. He was very upset about you because you were a new person. You know what I mean?
He's
so
protecting
scary.
his people.
Yeah, he was very angry.
I just wanted to pet him.
Let's see here. Check out Unplugged for a phone that doesn't spy from Mountain Man. I will check that out. I like phones that don't spy. The whole reason why I found myself in this realm of crypto and all this stuff, this fun stuff. I've been a prepper for 15 years. I've been a patriot for my entire life. And when I saw what was happening in the summer of love, 2015, 2016 timeframes, got plugged in with just the bedrock, the foundation of how this country got started, which is the militia. And within that, encrypted communications were a very sought after item. And I saw how aggressively violent the government becomes when you have the ability to communicate with your peers on an encrypted messaging network, crypto encryption. So, that's how my path to crypto has been kind of formed. I definitely have kind of like a weird standpoint on that. What kind of dog do I got, Drew? He is a Cane Corso. Caney Corso. I'll show you what kind of.
He's a scary looking dog.
He's a puppy still. He's still growing. But this is the type of pooch I got. Right, he's a good boy. He is the best of boys, the best of Doges. This is the ones with the trimmed ears. But he's a puppy right now. He's about 115 pounds, and he's full of love. For the right person. Okay, so Aaron, you're gonna grow on him. You're gonna grow on him. I promise.
I'm not scared of him. It's just
yeah. I mean, he's not.
Just let me pet you.
Octavio Zambrano, what's up from New Mexico? Learning lots from y'all. Shout out, Octavio. Love it. That's the whole point, man. I'm trying to get patriots, people that love their country, that love their freedom, that love their sovereignty, to realize the insane power and the chance for a rejuvication, if that's a word, of our freedoms here in the United States. We've seen a lot of that ripped away over the last few years. Even go back to 2001, right? The Patriot Act. I grew up in that frame of mind, seeing the largest psyop the world's ever seen with weapons of mass destruction, and then you move right into flu season. That's all I know is government psyops, scams, and a fight for our rights internally on the grassroots level. So, the goodest of boy. Yes, he is the goodest of boy. You really got me going on my dog. You really got me going on my dog here.
Oh, good one, Crypto, or Cali Crypto.
What you got? What do you got? That Doge wants some thigh meat. Yeah, you are a tasty morsel,
What can I say?
Yeah, it's okay. We're going to the gym after this.
I still gotta work.
Damn it. I mean, come on, we can work on the dash. Drew prepper videos. I know, veteran. We got to get them going. So here we go. Now, why I talk about macro is because they're stealing from you without the large amount of population in the U.S. even realizing it. And here's how. Dennis Porter highlighting this: the proof the money printer creates wealth disparity in a singular chart. Total net worth held by the bottom 50%, aka you and me, the plebs, first to 50th wealth percentiles on the left, with the red is the net worth held by the top 0.1%. And in the green is the money supply, the M2 money supply. Now, when we see, oh, they're going to increase the money supply, this is going to make our lives day to day so much better, right? They're going to help us. No, this is what actually happened, you guys. And this goes back to essentially 1990 is right where that little American flag begins. But you move, it wasn't too bad of a disparity. And then things really, notice right at around the Patriot Act, right at around the gigantic transformation of what we know is real, the starting of the longest war with the least results America has ever seen, began right there. And guess what? The money supply kicks on, the war machine gets hungry, starts feeding trillions of dollars into that war machine, $8 trillion that we didn't have, cooking this book to the moon for the top 0.1% of the population, moving in tandem with the money supply. Yet us here, the plebs that are on the ground level, trying to scrape by, trying to create a better life for our loved ones, our children, our grandmas, our mothers, just doing the right thing. The neighbors that care for each other are left here on the ground floor, absolutely wrecked. And the money supply, in my opinion, is getting ready to jackknife up once again in another setup of scams. And this is what it results in. So we have this from the Citizen Free Press saying it's so over. Buying a home in 1985 versus 2022. We have up to $500,000 on this scale.
Go ahead, hurt my feelings.
You got a house though. You're in, baby.
I know.
You're in, baby. The whole goal, like Hannah, you're gonna get a house off a meme coin. That's it. Just to slap these jerks.
You get a house. You get a house. You get a house.
Look under your chair. So baby boomers. And here we have the median household income in light blue and the median home price in dark blue. You can see that they made $23,600 per year on average in the baby boomer generation. Right there, the average home, $83K. God damn. Can you imagine buying a house for $83,000 right now?
Must be nice.
Yeah, this is incredible. And then now our current situation. So this is something I want everyone to keep in mind on how fast this has gotten out of hand. Over the last 3 years, the average home price was actually at around $250,000, $220,000 to $250,000 3 years ago. Okay, it was right here in this pocket. But guess what? BlackRock moved in, a bunch of State Street, Vanguard, Wall Street crooks moved in and bought up gigantic slews of single family and multifamily locations. And here we have our income at a average of $74,000. And guess what? The house is 468,000 frickin' buckaroos. That is the uphill battle that we are fighting right now. Hence why I want to, Hannah needs to buy a house off meme coins. Yes. I need a tank. Yes. Off of meme coins.
And an alligator. And a garden and a puppy.
You know what? Pull my screen down. Oh, it's time for a poem. Okay? It's time for a poem. We got a wonderful poem dropped in our Discord from C90FTW. I am
poem?
God, yeah. So
are we supposed to snap our fingers afterwards?
No, you don't have to snap your fingers, but this is just the absolute pinnacle of existence. A poem from C90FTW. My short children's story in one prompt. This is AI generated. Once upon an iceberg, Pip the penguin was tired. Tired of the sergeant barking orders. Tired of huddling for warmth. Tired for fishy Fridays. Every day, Pip yearned for adventure, for the freedom to explore, to be his own penguin. But one day, while the others waddled to the water, Pip snuck away. He spotted a strange metal monster with a long, cold nose parked nearby, and it wasn't a fish, no, but it had a hatch with a gulp. Pip hopped in. Inside, buttons and levers covered everything. Pip pecked at the red one, and the monster lurched forward. Rumbling like a grumpy walrus, Pip, steering with a flipper on the wheel, was no longer following the orders. No, he was in charge. He was in charge now. The wind ruffled in his feathers as this metal monster, which Pip later learned was called a tank, rumbled across the ice. He was finally free, the whole world waiting to be explored, one waddle at a time. Just incredible. Like, you know what I mean? It's the most wholesome
C90
thing.
wrote that?
No, well, he was AI.
Oh.
You know, but you know, it just I grew up in Colorado and I saw the capabilities of a killdozer. Oh, and pull my screen.
Pip.
Look at this.
Oh.
This is the capabilities.
Pip, what are you doing?
Pip in this new realized existence.
Pip can do anything.
Imagine how strong the American population would be if they all hammered into crypto right now and then bought tanks with their profits in mass. Guess what? If we all
The
band together,
squatters are not about to fuck with us.
exactly, yeah, squat in that house, right?
Those
love
squatters
that.
with their gun rights.
Dude, this video, I just discovered this band Yard Act, Rich. I highly recommend it. Don't recommend the other bullshit that I'm seeing recommended on my screen. But yeah, that was fun. Thank you, C90FTW, for giving some really big smiles to me on the thought of a penguin taking control of a tank. You know, I mean, this is like, there's so much to this conversation. It seems like a silly, just one-off conversation.
Pip with tank.
Pip with
Please,
tank.
somebody.
Oh my God. Did we? Oh no.
All right.
Oh my God.
Where's our penguin?
Oh yeah, right here.
This is Pip.
Yeah.
That's Pip.
This is our Pip.
Yeah.
Right here. This is little Pip.
We finally named her Nicole.
All
All right, what coins are we looking at?
right, we're going into the coins. You know, I have some juicy picks here, you guys. Stacks, obviously, I was calling it right around, I was like, guys, we need to take Stacks hella serious right around 270. I mean, obviously, I was covering it before that. It's had really great price action.
Let's go. I
But-
bought it a good time.
You did? What'd you get Stacks at? You got in?
I'm in profit. I have no idea what I got.
Oh,
in
okay.
it. 2 something.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, we've been.
Let me go look.
Me and Josh have been, and Johnny. Johnny has been the first and foremost, and then Josh and myself, we're feeling like this Bitcoin building on Bitcoin is going to be a strong narrative, a strong upside to this. Especially, we're having to consider that the rest of the market at large is really, really moving. So we're trying to find things that will outperform when the bull market goes absolutely parabolic. Now, on this list, I don't dislike any of these tokens, but there's one I like more than the rest. Ordi, definitely a good pick. Alex, a large ecosystem. Ords, I don't hate it at all.
Josh likes Ords.
Yeah, I mean, Josh he just reallocated into that one.
Yeah, he
but
likes Ords.
Daiko, this is the one that I want. This is my next move. Here's why. Here's what I'm watching. We got a total TVL, $19 million. This thing is completely unknown. The name, Arcadico. I think that's how you say it. Arcadico. But, just a very, very good movement on the TVL. You can see it was in the doldrums here, folks. This information goes back to December 2021. Obviously, at the real good times, but that TVL dropped very silent during the bear market. Now look at this thing. Oh, Jesus, what a terrible interface. This thing is jackknife, and I'll see if I can pull up maybe a little bit less of that screen so I can actually see this end. We need to get these edges fixed. Let me scoot this over here. There we go. So you can just see it's jackknife into the north side here. I am seeing some very, very bullish signs rumbling within this building on Bitcoin narrative. And I really like Arcadico. You can stake stacks. You got to get some stacks, get it into the ecosystem. I am really loving where I'm seeing this overall transformation happening. Drew, we need a fleet of Resvani Vengeance vehicles. Yes, Two Bros Mining. Yes, we do. Imagine the decentralized chaos and the localized control that we could recapture if just crypto degens or people that are buying crypto decided to move in and get their own set of MRAPs / Resvani Vengeance. I'm going to have to pull that thing up. I am really going on a tear here. I'm sure, I feel like we're going to be experiencing something very unique in human history. I think that what's coming is going to be chaos for the person that is just day to day trying to just survive. And we're going to be going to a parabolic bull run that will probably be noted in the history books for a century from now. We're going to be talking about this transformation of wealth for 100 years from now, because this is a monumental time frame we're in, but it's a painful time frame. It's the fourth turning. It's a difficult process. This change is going to be very, very difficult. So just keep that in mind. We're going to be doing really well with our crypto profits, but we're going to have to find ways to protect it, right? You have to think about how to retain that wealth, and don't be so flashy unless it's literally a tank. Let's see here. Rezvani Vengeance. We're going in. I absolutely love this. This is a great pick. It's about, you can get your hands on one for about, I think the bottom line is about 400K for the real
Like
good
bulletproof,
ones.
everything.
Yeah, it's bomb proof. So yeah, it's good for
Wow.
IEDs. It is.
Where do you purchase one of these things?
You have to order it straight from them. But look at how sexy this thing is. It seats 8 people. You got pepper spray nozzles on the side mirrors here. You got smoke coming out the front. This thing is just absolutely juicy. I really, really want one of these things. Like when I'm done with the pilot,
looks like the Cybertruck.
Yeah, this is way cooler than the Cybertruck.
I just want to be controversial.
Way cooler than the Cybertruck. Yeah,
it's got a winch.
Yeah, I mean, this is all the goods that you need here, you guys. Imagine, like, it's kind of hard to, be a tyrant over a group of people that are all driving these things. It's pretty much undoable. You don't have
Kind of looks like a Chevy with armor.
I mean, it would be
The
a lot of
headlights.
armor.
The headlights.
Our headlights, yeah, I can see that. The new
It's a
Chevy
Chevy.
headlights. Yeah, man, we need to be thinking about this stuff pretty tangibly. I mean, like, people are going to be hurting, man. There's a couple reasons why I think that things are going to be getting real bad. Among other things, we have just the narrative being formed, getting us ready for an absolute fireworks show during the next election, which is already in process. And Google quietly changed its search results for bloodbath definition. They changed it. It looks like, we'll pull this up here. So on Sunday, March 17th, the definition of a bloodbath: a ruthless slaughter of a great number of people, a massacre. Informal period of disastrous loss or reversal. A few mutual funds performed well in the general bloodbath of the stock market.
Okay.
What the?
Now we go to what they changed it Thursday, March 21st, an event or situation in which many people are killed in a violent manner. He allowed the protest to go ahead despite warnings that it would spark a bloodbath. This is the wording that the verbatim wording that these scam Democrats have been using against Trump in their kangaroo court for the last 4 years, trying to build and pound the narrative that he's literally a criminal that started an election overhaul. It's a scam, and again, no, I'm not planning on voting for Trump, but I'm going to call bullshit when I see it. Drew, there is a 6x6 that is offered for purchase too. What? Bob? They have a 6x6? This is insane. I saw something else. Let's see here. I saw something else that was veteran thinks that tanks are going to be free when the things really pop off. God, I saw this BVM. That is another project we were looking at. We had a story about it. We didn't even get to it at the beginning of the week. Let's see here where this one is. This is another one I'm going to be hammering into, you guys, and it's actually an opportunity zone right now. Bitcoin virtual machine. So
what is it? Is it an L2? What is this?
It's a Bitcoin building with a EVM compatibility. Hop into the website right now. Welcome to the future of Bitcoin. First modular
L2.
Bitcoin L2 meta protocol. So, these types of things, they're very new, and there's still a lot of R&D to be done. What the hell is this?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, their logo's like Legos. Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, this is the undiscovered building on Bitcoin stuff that I feel like can get us to the, those 100x moves. We're trying to find things that literally can change our generational wealth. I think that the idea of building on Bitcoin, it's been faded so damn hard. And things like this, the Bitcoin layer 2 blockchain narrative, it's not really even a narrative. It's an actuality. It's happening. But it's about accepting that it's happening and moving in. And these are positions that at large are going to be pretty small in comparison to my overall portfolio. But, BVM amongst stacks, amongst the Deco. It's a weird name. Terrible name. Great project. Terrible name for it, though. But these are the things that I'm watching. And, I will take a view just what the portfolio is looking like right now. Chainlink, everyone's sitting here waiting on Chainlink to move. Guess what, you guys? Oh, geez, it just reorganized. We're going to go to winners first. Ondo taking the winner spot today, nearly 73 cents. Very nice. Very nice. Aerodrome, Aerodrome, another very, very fast horse to look at during this bull market, you guys. Is going to be the decentralized exchange for Base. And at large, in my opinion, what we're going to see is a large liquidity move. And I think TJ even is seeing this too, feeling like there's going to be move of liquidity from Solana into Base when things start getting really hot and heavy for it. So I'm positioned there. Chaotically enough, XRP up by 8% today. What?
You go XRP.
I mean, I don't hate it.
buddy.
I don't hate it, you know. Internet Computer Token, love it. Still love the projects, love what they're doing. It hasn't really moved since its original, like it punched up to $16 and been just jackknifing between, like 14, 12 bucks. So it's still primed for a next leg up. It hasn't been on a massive tear. Not a terrible grab at the levels we're at right now. Stellar moving in tandem with XRP, of course, in usual fashion. But Chainlink, I do have something I noted. The Chainlink revenue is jackknifing the same way it did right before the move from $5 to $10, or I think it's like 5 to 15. Just a massive surge in Chainlink price came after the revenue was going parabolic. So that is another metric. I might find the metric of the actual revenue. I have the graph somewhere in this lineup. I have like 50 tabs open right now. My brain's swirling. There's a million things going on. Celestia, another great modular blockchains are going to be a hot narrative. Ethereum, I got a message back from Celsius. They're giving my damn Ethereum back. Even though I haven't responded to anything that they've given me. And that's on me. I effed up. And they've been actually pretty good about making sure they get it to me. So
Okay, go Celsius.
yeah, I mean, they could have just hosed me down, right?
Okay.
Right? It's not terrible. I got Avalanche here. Really great performer. Owen, how you feeling? You still holding your Avalanche? Okay. Well, I can't hear you, but they need to see you.
He says he has every bit of it.
Every bit of it. And I need to prove you're alive. I got asked on Twitter if you are actually there or if I'm touching the buttons with my toes. No, I am not touching the buttons with my toes, Owen. I need proof of life right now. That would be interesting. You need to do it, Owen.
Wow.
You need to show. There it is. Come on. Look at how happy he is. He's just living the dream.
Yeah.
Near Protocol, Hot L1, that, now we've seen all the excitedness from NVIDIA and all these conversations that the founder of Near is having on kind of the top levels of AI development and chip manufacturing. This is going to be a strong one. We are fading this one. Even though I'm in it, I'm still considering myself fading it for not having a heavier allocation, but I am going to continue to DCA into it. Now, Render, giving a very reasonable pullback, $10.76, not terrible. I got in at like $1.90 or $2. So feeling great about this one. Haven't taken profits off of it. That's a good one. This Gorilla token, this is just chaos, just mixed in. And Constellation DAG still sitting here right under 7 cents. So, when I'm looking at some of the ones in the red, these are like hyper opportunity. Avalanche definitely coming off the heels of a pump, and Ondo and Aerodrome. Those are kind of like the hottest tickets I'm seeing just within my personal portfolio. If you're just hammering into crypto now, trying to figure out which projects have the biggest upside, that's kind of what I'm feeling at the moment being. But, this market moves chaotically. So reports indicate, this is Patrick McHenry talking about Gary Gensler moving to unilaterally classify Ethereum as a security. This is contrary to the CFTC's assessment and that the SEC government's prior actions that had called Ethereum a commodity. Thus, CFTC is in control of it, the Commodities Futures and Trading Commission, right? So Congress decides the SEC's jurisdiction and budget. Gary Gensler does not get to make it up as he goes along. This is directly from Patrick McHenry, who is an elected official within he's in the chair of Financial Services Committee of the GOP. So I do see Congress, Tom Emmer, Patrick McHenry, getting more and more laser-eyed angry at Gary Gensler. He's moving the way that I've seen gun restrictions move, which is highly aggravating to me. We have situations like this that happened yesterday. As you can see, why there's so many things in my brain.
The words of assault weapons.
Yeah, here we go.
Joy.
We're going in. Unmute.
Assault weapons may be banned because they're extraordinarily dangerous and are not appropriate for legitimate self-defense purposes, close quote. Tell me what you meant by assault weapons.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Just to clarify there, I was local counsel Our Supreme...
But you wrote the brief. Tell me what you meant by assault weapons.
Senator Kennedy, actually, I did not write the brief. The brief was written by...
You signed the brief, though, didn't you?
Correct. I signed the brief.
You sign a brief, you're testifying to the court that everything in it is true, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That, and I
So they're your words in terms of the court, right?
Well, you're correct, Senator Kennedy. I would never
Tell me
sign...
what you meant by assault weapons.
So I am not a gun expert, and at the time, that brief, I think, was about 10 years...
Giving the court advice about, say, ban assault weapons. What is... You told the court you were an expert. Just tell me what you wanted to ban.
Senator, sitting here today, as I said, I did not write that brief. I was local counsel.
Sign the brief.
I understand. At the time...
Tell me what you wanted to ban. That's all I want to know, Judge.
I don't remember the exact definition of assault weapons in the ordinance that was at issue.
So you submitted a brief to an appellate brief, you signed it, and you don't know what, and you said abolish assault weapons, and you don't know what you wanted them to abolish?
Turn that off. I feel like I was watching that skit where it's like, well, who's on first base? Who's on second?
Yeah.
Who's on first base?
Yeah, and she's trying to create that separation of responsibility, right? Well,
She
I just
sounded
signed it.
stupid.
I just signed it, right? I didn't really, I was just in charge of getting it into motion to be enforced as a literal law that's enforced with violence by cops on the ground that find people with these supposed assault weapons, right? I'm just, I'm far away from the problem.
You want to ban them, but
Yeah.
you don't know anything about them.
Yeah, and just for the clarification here, semi-automatic only rifles like the Colt AR-15 are not assault rifles.
It doesn't even stand for assault rifle.
It doesn't. No, it's armor light. And they do not have select fire capabilities. Okay, select fire capabilities, but that's not the only qualifier. You can be a select fire M2 carbine that is also not an assault rifle. Their effective range is only 180 meters. In order to be considered an assault rifle, you have to have select fire capabilities and effective range of at least 300 meters. Assault weapons are already illegal. They have been going after something and creating language to confuse the larger population and even apparently politicians into thinking they can literally take away semi-automatic weapons from the freest nation on the planet, which still remains America, and it will remain that way. I am not giving anything up. And these words matter when you're laying out legislation, when you're trying to design the future of the company, especially if you're trying to roll back rights that are given to us by God. I will not give up an inch of what we have already given up in this country. It's a complete sham and a shame that we have come this far and given up what we already have. We deserve tanks. Okay. And I was like, no, what if your neighbor has a tank? Me. An armed society is a polite society. If you F about, you find out. So
Drew, go ahead in the show, drop the mic, show's over. Holy cow.
I mean,
well said.
Yeah, it's just an aggravating situation. You know what I mean? And then, so that's the same kind of feeling I get, the gist of the SEC and their arbitrary definitions of what is and is not a security. They're trying to understand how to regulate crypto. It's basically a cat moving through an open prairie, and they're trying to capture a couple of them. It's pretty difficult, nearly undoable to the truly decentralized systems. And now we have just a note from Paul Grewal, the chief legal officer of Coinbase, talking about it with another ETH misinformation post as we await a decision on ETH ETPs. Let's talk about some basic facts about Ethereum. Millions of Americans hold Ethereum. It has been vital to crypto since 2015 launch. And ETH is a commodity, not a security. The SEC has taken their position for 2 years. Senior SEC officials have said that ETH is not security. See example, SEC Director of Corporation Finance Hinman's statements. This is the famous Hinman conversation that everyone likes to, and I really think that I'm going to be digging into the larger story of ETHgate this weekend. I think that that's going to be my weekend video because there's many sides to this ETHgate debacle. And, seeing the XRP people trying to target Ethereum just because they're under fire from the SEC. Kind of a low T move, honestly, because honestly, I don't think that the SEC should have really anything to do with this. I think that we need to.
How is Gary still in office?
Now, I don't know. I don't know how he's still in office. It's because
I don't understand.
We're governed by lizards. That's why. That's why.
You know what? We got 300 people in here.
Whoa!
Guys, if you think Gary should get the boot, hit the like button.
But yeah, I don't think that Gary has a leg to stand on here. They've called it a commodity many times. CFTC is not going to give up the control that they have oversight of it. Plus, you have Congress coming in and slapping everyone and making you all sit down and take a timeout because you don't set the laws. Congress does. So there's that. Now we get the conversation about Fed rates, right? Okay, this is a hot, contested conversation. It's going to get very hot during the summer as we get closer and closer to an expected Fed rate cut. But here's my thoughts on it and a couple graphs to be confluence to my thoughts. And it's a broader stroke view.
Ooh.
What you got?
Crypto Stevo's comment is interesting right now. Sorry to interrupt. He said, why is Base taking so long for its coin to come out? We're speculating that Base would come out with a Base token because there's already coin for Coinbase.
Well, Coinbase
that's an IPO.
Yeah, the Coinbase is under lawsuit by the SEC right now.
Right now.
So the lawsuit's going on. Base has to wait till the lawsuit's complete.
And Ethereum.
Yeah.
Also, if I bridged ETH to Base in my Coinbase wallet and then Base token does come out, will I have to take any action? What do you think?
That's a theoretical I can't answer.
We'll just have to figure it out. Pay attention to the Twitter account.
They may not come out with the token. Maybe we just get completely scammed and people stay asleep and no one says anything and we just get rugged by the government that's in place right now and you're all just okay with it. I mean, I looked around during COVID and no one seemed to give a shit that we couldn't go to church. They were fine, if they didn't go to church. For sure. We can give up our religion, our conversation there. Guess what? You have to keep open the liquor store and the pot shop, right? Those are the things that people were willing to riot over, to lose their shit over, not being blocked out of churches and their literal religion. So,
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of gross. I saw everyone do that and I was like, you guys suck. Your booze mean nothing to me. I've seen what you cheer for. So,
but you can just stay home and watch church online.
Yeah, and Netflix and get all,
God.
all right.
It's not the same.
No harm on your cozy situation there.
No, I'm being devil's advocate. I do not agree with that.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
We need human interaction and we need God. God is love.
Yes,
love is God.
And like disconnecting people to that degree, like they're able to absolutely commit atrocities against their fellow human if they have a little mask, a little bit of separation, a little dehumanization, right? Things change. You're capable of a lot more dangerous shit when you don't have to view that person across the seat from you as another literal human being. If they're all just eyes and you can't see their smiles, you can't see their face. Plus, all the kids that missed out on development, it's just insane.
Crypto Steve, how did Basecoin turn into this?
I don't know.
Okay,
Steve-O.
get back on your topic.
Okay? I have like 800 things going on in my head right now. All right, Fed cuts. They're happening this year, but let's look at what's going on here at the grander scheme of things. So how many cuts are we expecting in 2024 by bank? This is from Zero Hedge. Number of cuts expected in 2024. Nomura, whoever the hell cares about them, thinks that cuts are going to come in quarter two, or rather number two here. Number three number of cuts. Many different large banks think this, and this is why I give more validity to these assessments because UBS is part of the. UBS was forced by the Swiss bank to absorb Credit Suisse, so UBS is in much closer connection and communication with the powers that be. And I think that UBS has a very good bellwether of what to expect as far as Fed rates in true reality, as well as JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and then Bank of America, of course. So Deutsche Bank, these guys, they're barely, they're like insolvent on the paper books, but they're still open for business. Nearly went into the red recently. Wells Fargo getting slapped around for all their misappropriation and fines. But here's what I think is actually going on, you guys. This is a dangerous opportunity. Game of trades. If this continues, the Fed will be in big trouble. I think either way they will be. But this is talking about the rate of inflation in a larger view scope from 1966 to 82 on the dark bottom portion here, and 2014 to 2030. What we're going to have here is the Fed's going to tap out, in my opinion, June. And they're going to realize the tap out was a mistake because inflation will skyrocket, therefore. And it will move. The Fed will react in a hot reaction way. And in 2026, they're going to start jackknifing the actual interest rates up to levels we haven't seen since the 1980s.
Good God.
Yeah, it's going to get very, very ugly. So if you do not purchase land, purchase your vehicles with the crypto gains in the next move, and you just expect this big Ponzi to keep printing money for you in the times of excess and plenty to just continue without a problem, you're in for a very ugly, rude awakening. And this is me warning you 1.5 years before it happens. There is nothing else I can do before, you know, I can scream this at the top of my lungs. It's about you just seeing it, operating under this understanding and spreading this information. This is coming. Yes, 2025 is going to get spicy. 26, it's going to get even worse. I don't think that this next 5 years in the United States, this whole fourth turning, this technological renaissance that we're going through right now is going to be had without extreme growing pains. And that is what I see coming on that side.
I can't wait.
You know what?
Hooray!
Step it.
Woo!
Step it.
I'm being sarcastic. That sucks.
No, knowledge is power, though, because then if you have that information, guess what?
You can prepare.
Yes, prepare. Take advantage of the low rates when you do see them. Understand the value in physical assets, especially when things get nasty, and you will win. You will win in the largest scheme of things. So use this crypto to your advantage, you guys. For the love of God, I know we're going to be going to the moon and beyond in this cycle, but put that to action. Change your life literally. Don't just take screenshots and post them on Twitter and dance around the circle and be like, I have 100,000 Solana. And then, you know, who knows what happens during the next bear market. Solana might not even exist in 2030. So there. But we have, I'm kind of going nuts here today. Here's also Fed Jerome Powell saying that the Federal Reserve is not working on a CBDC. I noted he said this. But guess what their actual plans are? Key duties. This is from Tom Emmer within the GOP, Congress and Senate. Central bank digital currency is one of their main priorities. And they also, Tom is just on.
He plays hockey.
Oh, yeah, he's a hockey player. You know what? I headbutted a guy that was shorter than me, and my teeth got stuck in his nose.
Ew.
So and I was playing hockey.
God.
Just a side story.
Drew
Okay.
is on today.
Let's go here. What you got?
They said they weren't working on a CBDC though.
Oh, he's lying.
Yeah, don't you think we should just trust?
No, I mean, look at the Federal Reserve is literally hiring in San Francisco an architect for crypto for their CBDC.
I wonder how much they're hiring
but
for.
he said that he's not.
Yeah.
He said he's not working on it.
Yeah, you stop it.
You can trust everyone.
Yeah, no worries, guys. It's gonna be great. So yeah, this is insane to see this narrative happen simultaneously. Let's see what else we got on the crypto realm. We got OKEx reportedly shutting down services in India. We noted that they did move against, was it the UK, Hannah, that they moved against recently? OKEx? I think it was the UK. It was like England or EU, something in there. I've just seen a lot of clampdown coming from, they're getting the clamps out. OKEx is not your friend. So definitely if you're on that exchange, please don't be. You know, for the time being, it's just not looking good. Base season lasted about 30 minutes. This is people highlighting elevated network congestion. This is from Value and Time. This guy's an awesome account. If you already don't follow him, make sure you do. Investigating due to network congestion on the base network transactions on Coinbase Wallet and Coinbase.com may experience intermittent failures. If your transaction is not confirmed by the network, please wait or submit your transaction again. On Coinbase.com, we advise Coinbase Wallet customers to wait for congestion to resolve before submitting transactions to the base network. Now,
will they ever get their ish in order, bro?
Shocker.
Yeah.
Coinbase, you've been around the block a minute. Come on.
I know.
I mean, it's always network failures and stuff. It's like, how have you not prepared for this?
Yeah.
Shock.
What do you got, Hannah?
I don't understand.
The shocker symbol. Hannah's bringing the shock.
Whoa.
Shocker.
Family-friendly channel.
Whoa. That's
Shock
the
her.
real shocker.
I'm shocked.
With those nails, too.
Oh,
Good
my God. That would be just... Oh, my God. That's like Vietnam. I'm going to go way off the rails now, Hannah. You're trying to send me like off a cliff. You know what I mean?
Who would have thought?
All All right. Coinbase has been chosen as an infrastructure provider for BlackRock and Securitize. This is the movement from BlackRock to moving to tokenized assets in a tokenized investment fund. Now, you would imagine what I think is going on here personally is that we're operating on two different levels of mode of operandi. We have the Coinbase that's available to us plebs here on the base floor that are using Coinbase that they shut down intermittently. But I'm going to put my bottom dollar that the institutional side of Coinbase works smooth as butter. And BlackRock and Vanguard, they're able to move. Oh, actually, not Vanguard, but the larger institutions are able to move in and out of their positions with extreme ease. So, I think that we're operating on two different levels of playing field here. And Coinbase is going to be helping handle the infrastructure for BlackRock's tokenized asset fund. I bet you that thing's going to run just smooth as butter. So I'm not really worried about it. My God, they came after Ooze, a veteran. Good job. Meaningless is like my best frenemy in the world. You know what I mean? He is the first chat today. I was chatting with him in the chat room. First chat. What a badass.
Fucking legend.
But then he just comes. He's like a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean? This is an interesting note. My portfolio is up like $300,000 this year so far, $7,000 a day. My girlfriend still gives me shit that I don't have a real job whilst she works 12 hours a day for $3,000 a month. I'm never telling her. Very nefarious. Hannah, would you throw hands if this was going down?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Chill?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're based. Okay.
I would be like, let me stay home with you. Teach me.
See? Hella based. Yeah, man. What a move. That's that crypto. I don't care about your crypto, boy. That's one of my favorite songs.
It's a great song. It's so catchy.
It's one of my favorite songs.
So catchy.
She put it out right as the market was tanking, though. So, I mean, she kind of put it out at a good time.
Me and Hannah saw her perform at VCon.
Yeah. And she's made a whole career. She's like doing fine now.
Yeah, she's crushing it. Shout out to her. We got some just random chaos. U.S. water systems under major cyber attack threat. White House says U.S. water facilities face disabling cyber attacks from hostile nations. Recent incidents include Iranian hackers disrupting a Pennsylvania water facility and Chinese hackers infiltrating critical infrastructure networks. Biden administration has urged state governments and water facilities to boost cybersecurity and launch a task force to tackle these. Now, this is nothing new. We shouldn't grovel at Uncle Joe for taking us seriously, finally. He is, this has been going on for like 20, 30 years. And when I worked in the power industry, it was a first and foremost focus for us. We were basically armed guards that were cybersecurity as well. And watching out for those movements within the power system for Colorado was my job. Seeing this, just the consistent chihuahua at the door, scratching out our door, taking a little bit of wood at a time, just sniffing around, getting a few people to reply to them in their email campaigns, their phishing campaigns that they put out to workers at these facilities, is how they've been perpetrating it. Now, the main worry that I have is not these, email, social scamming, social hacking movements that we've seen, but a larger scale movement by Cyber Polygon, which is the World Economic Forum, giving the keys to the castle to IBM, Microsoft, and everyone else under the cyber sun to Russia to hack us at large, all at once. So, as we move closer and closer to a cataclysmic war with Russia, which could be a controlled opposition position, but still will cost the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, we do face the potential of this. So just get prepared, for God's sakes. Get some water filtration. Your crypto wallet versus your bank account. This is Christian Bale in, I think this was Batman and then The Machinist. But what an incredible difference. And this guy just blew my mind with his ability to, handle it. You know what? I was watching Alone. I've been on a huge Alone kick lately. And I realized it's not the ones that are like the best at building shelter, the ones that are best at doing all this shit. It's the ones that are thick, the ones that have extra calories on their body, make it much, much further. It
just makes sense.
It makes sense, right?
Because you have more fat to burn.
The dad bod is hot, right? I mean, I feel like I'm hot, and I got a dad bod.
My opinion on the dad bod.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of my own body. I got a dad bod. I think it's just fine to pack on a little extra poundage. I will last longer in a
Who
famine.
wants a 6-pack?
I mean, people want it, but do I?
Girls don't want guys with 6-pack. They want a guy that'll sit down with them on a Saturday night and eat some pizza and watch some Netflix.
See, that's the reality. But then
Fact.
the Instagram is like that. Grass is green on the other side. They see the guy with the V.
It's all
You
about
know what I mean?
balance.
No.
think
I mean,
it's a
there is a
balance?
balance. But the
Well,
girl
like
definitely
arms
wants
and
to
be
Healthy,
in a big
healthy
cup.
and strong, but cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah.
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 All right.
That's it.
Well, I'm not
And
giving up on my
protein.
fajitas. I'm not giving up on the fajitas. I refuse. This is just a big warning from Big Pharma, you guys. New exercise pill could replace physical benefits of working out. So they'll just give you a pill so you don't have to work out anymore. Look at how happy these NPCs
We already
are.
have Ozempic.
I know. God, those.
And they're pushing it.
I
It's
kn-
everywhere. It's on TikTok.
Yeah, I see Ozempic and then these psoriatic arthritis commercials like every 5 seconds. So kind of interesting to see
Very
that.
weird.
And here's just a highlight on the summer of love to come. BLM popping its head out, chasing Kyle Rittenhouse out of an event in the University of Memphis yesterday before blocking them from leaving in a parking garage. These clowns, remember the last time they tried doing this when Rittenhouse was in the vicinity? 3 down, 2 of which were pedophiles. And hope you can kiss my hairy white ass on your way to hell after you went after Kyle Rittenhouse in his latest excursion. But this police had to step in, prevent the mob from injuring the attendees. This is going to get so bad, you guys. Like this, what's on the forefront right now? It's going to get ugly. So, for the love of God, take your profits, buy some tangible goods, buy homes, buy vehicles, buy iron, buy bullets. Okay, and put a garden up. Get out there and put your hands to the dirt. Nothing cleans the mind up more than just sitting there and being able to focus on turning some soil over and letting your kids go out there in the garden. It's probably the most wholesome moment I have in my entire life. A very just basic day. It was like a Tuesday, some just regular day. I got all the kids out there in their wonderful dresses my wife sewed for them, and they were just planting the seeds. And it was a very simple moment, but it's literally burned into my brain. It's going to be there when I die. It's like that moment of just pure serenity. So please, for the love of God.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry.
On that note,
I'm
go
about to
touch
cry.
some grass. My goodness.
Go touch some damn grass.
I need a tissue.
All right, we're going to go work out and do some squats, but I love every single one of you in the chat. Truck Daniel, Coins Chick, Zach Nasty, Zach Martin, Randomness, Veteran, Crypto, Sin, Diesel, Cali, Crypto Dude, Bow from Accounting, Fluffy to Sheep, Two Bros Mining, C90 FTW. We will see you tomorrow. I bid you adieu.
Ooh, woo.